I'm Shannon and welcome to my tiny kitchen in Staten Island. I'm about to make a super simple meal on a weekday night after work. I'm sure there are plenty of you that know this feeling, right? And I just want to express that the technique I'm going to do also can be applied to other types of dishes. For example, there's a lemon artichoke version and things like that. So keep in mind that what I'm about to do is called bruschetta pasta with zucchini and chicken. But you can do it, again, you could do a number of different types. And if you're really interested, in just private message me or make a comment on the video and I'll send it to you. I'll send you the other recipe I'm talking about. And there's a few different iterations of the same thing. So the recipe I'm doing calls for using chicken tenders. Now, I appreciate that chicken tenders are significantly smaller and therefore they cook nice and quickly, but they're also can be more expensive if you don't get them on sale. So I went and bought regular chicken breasts and I'm just thinning them out using my closing cut. And this is a really neat tool. You can use it on grape tomatoes, you could use it on grapes, and obviously chicken. And all you do is you slap the cutlet on there and press down and slice. And it's spring loaded. Let me show you. Here, it's spring loaded. So that's why it's able to do that so well. In this bag, I have a little bit of olive oil and some of our Pampered Chef Italian seasoning. This right here. Okay. It's gluten-free. All of our seasonings and rubs are gluten-free. And so I'm just going to put my chicken on my double burner grill pan. See that back there? That bad boy is incredible. It is actually on sale. You can save money on this pan now. You don't have to host a party. You know, normally consultants will say, I'm turning it down. I heated the pan up, now I'm turning it down. Consultants will say, host a party, get it 60% off. Of course you can do that. You can host a party in July actually and get 60% off the sale price even. But it is on sale. So even if you don't want to host a party, you can get it on sale. So I'm just getting my chicken going, and then I'll show you how super simple this meal is. Okay? I have one more cutlet in here that I want to do. And I'm using my tongs, my executive tongs to do it. They really are awesome. They come in different sizes. I'm using the smaller ones now. I'll use the other ones to take the chicken off the grill so you see them. There we go. I mean, and you see the size of the cutlets I'm dropping down on this thing. And I'm able to do this because I'm controlling the amount of pressure I apply to the top, again, because it's spring loaded. So I'm able to do this actually in thirds. So now the chicken is on the grill. I'm going to get started with the next phase of this meal, which is the pasta part. And I'm going to use my rock crock to do it. Now, my rock crock is really truly the rock star in the kitchen. It can go on the stove, in the oven, in the microwave, under the broiler, on the grill, in the refrigerator, and in the freezer. The extreme temperatures, don't use the glass lid. Glass lid is good only up to 400 degrees. But the pan itself, this is the everyday rock crock, everyday pan. There's a Dutch oven that you might be able to see back there. Here, let me show you. This is actually in the carrier and with the rock crock stands attached to it. But I'll post about it so you know all the different sizes. Because there's several different products in this line, I highly recommend it. I'm going to take about 8 ounces or so of the spaghetti. If you're doing it in the Dutch oven, you could do the whole pound if you wanted. But I'm one person. I'm just prepping all that chicken at once so that I have, because I'll grill it right now, and then I'll just put it in the refrigerator, and I'll use it in salads and stuff. Like I'll probably have leftovers tomorrow and stuff like that. It just needs 5 minutes in the microwave. Alright, so that's on. So while that's in the microwave, I'm going to work on the zucchini. And I'm going to show you a couple of different ways to prep the zucchini. The first one is the Mac Daddy of all spiralizers, our veggie spiralizer. There are actually 3 different blades in this. There's one that's attached to the stand, that's the ribbon blade. And then we have this one that has spaghetti on one side. And oh, that's spaghetti and that's fettuccine. Okay? And all you do is you pick which one you want. If you're going to use one of these, if you're not going to use it, you don't even have to bother with it. And then you tighten it up. You take the guard off, and you cut down your zucchini to be about, I don't know, 4 inches or so. And then you stick it in here. And you go to town. And before you know it, you've got a boatload of zucchini noodles. There you go. Now you will be left, look at all this, it's still coming out. Can you see it? See it there? Look at all that. Okay. So you will be left with the little disc. Freeze it. One day, you can pull, if you have a whole bunch of them left, pull it out, and then treat it like an eggplant parm. And you can actually do it in the grill pan. I've seen people do it. What happens is you fry it in the grill pan, and there's pour spouts on either end. You pour out the grease, you put it back in the pan, layer it with your saucing and mozzarella, you stick it in the oven, because the grill pan is is oven safe up to 400 degrees as well. Okay? And it has even heat distribution based on the titanium and a whole bunch of other stuff that I'm not even going to bother to try to remember right now. But you can do that. I also wanted to show you the veggie strip maker. So this thing, like I said, it's the Mac Daddy of veggie spiralizers, and I'll do another piece so you can see it in action. Okay? Let's do it. Okay. And then there's all my zucchini. Right? And then there's my disc over here. And I probably could have kept going, actually. Now, there's one more tool. This is called the Veggie Strip Maker. While this one is pretty kid-friendly, you have to watch them because there are blades involved in this, right? So you can't just hand it to them and let them go with it. They'll cut themselves. You have to help kids with this one. This one is all plastic. Okay? I'm sure if you tried real hard, perhaps you could cut yourself, but it's literally all plastic. So you can give it to a kid and just tell them go back and forth, and it's going to make strips for them. Now I had a little tiny piece here, so you know my strips right now aren't very long, but that's all you have to do, and it'll make strips for them. Okay, and this way you get your kids involved in the kitchen too, if you have little ones. Alrighty, so those are my 2 options for you. And, you know, Panda Chef, there's another option in the catalog too. If you want to know about it, let me know. But those are the two I actually have that I can demonstrate for you. All right, let me pull this out. I'm going to put my zucchini noodles in with the pasta. Wow, there's even more up there. Oh, and the veggie spiralizer is dishwasher safe. So I'm just going to wind up popping the pieces apart and sticking it in the dishwasher when I'm done here. By the way, our forged steel cutlery is superior. It's got lifetime warranty, and our chef's knife has outranked some of those fancy ones that you normally register for weddings and such. So keep that in mind. The colored cutlery is great. The forged one has lifetime guarantee. The color coated that you saw me use on the chicken, that one's only 1 year. So keep that in mind, okay? But I like the color coded ones because they're cute, right? Sometimes you just want to jazz things up a little bit. That's all. It's not always about form and function, and they're a good knife. So if you have somebody who's just starting out, perhaps, just got a place or whatever, those are perfectly good gifts. Okay, so I'm just going to throw all my zucchini in here. There we go. Throw that in the sink. I'm going to take off my oven mitt. And you'll be surprised that 2 cups of chicken, did I tell you that? There's 2 cups of chicken broth in the rock crock. Those 2 cups of chicken broth really add some nice flavor to this. Okay, I'm going to put that down. And put this back in the microwave for another 5 minutes. Let me check on my chicken. There we go. Oh, and I have my tool turnabout, which you cannot see. Let me pull it out for you. Which is right here. It has all my utensils in it. This centerpiece comes out. My tiny little kitchen, I don't need to carry this anywhere, but if you have a bigger kitchen than mine, you might want to take out the centerpiece and take it somewhere to an island or something, right? Also, in the bottom of it is a spoon rest. That's what made me think of that. All right, so next up, I'm going to work on my, my bruschetta. So I like this as a nice topper to some pasta. It's nice and refreshing. First thing I'm going to do is grab my tomatoes. I'm just going to cut them into decent sized chunks. And that's a good sign of a good knife, by the way. The tomatoes aren't running all over the place on me. And I'm going to plop it in my manual food processor. Who besides me has the ginormous KitchenAid food processor? And it lives in the back of my closet, because again, tiny little kitchen, right? Lives in the back of my closet. I never use it. When I do use it, I wind up in tears, because it never fails that I don't set all the pieces up right or whatever, and it gives me nothing but hard times. Well, on a day-to-day use basis, let me get that out of the way. I love my manual food processor. It's 3 stinking pieces: a blade, the cup, and the lid. You just pump. That's all there is to it. It is freaking phenomenal. And that's it. That's all I do. So I'm going to do that, more of that in a second. I'm just going to grab some of my basil. I'm really hungry, folks. No time for the niceties. Right? And fresh basil tastes so good in pasta, doesn't it? Am I the only one who thinks that? Throw some fresh basil in here. I'm just going to grab my garlic. These monster things of garlic. My garlic press, I do not even need to take the skins off. I just pop it in here and press down. And that's it. And it comes with a little brush so you can squish it out. And pop the skin out. And that's all there is to it. Okay, I'm going to do one more clove. I have to say, I think my chicken is done at this point. That's all there is to it. Pull that out. Boom. Done. And a little bit of olive oil. There we go. And now we just crunch away. Let me get the chicken out of the pan. I'm not going to eat all of this chicken right now. I'm just going to take a couple of pieces of it. Let it cool down a little bit. And I'll show you what I'll do. Let's give it a second to cool down. I don't want to handle that right this second. And can you see what I'm doing? Yeah. And I'm just pumping away until it's a consistency that I like. There we go. That's cool. So now what I'm going to do, first things first. Oh, and all you do is wipe this piece down. This does not go in the dishwasher, but the other two pieces can. So now what I'm about to do is clear out some space so that you can see how this all comes together. These are my salad choppers. They call them salad choppers. The idea, you know how chopped salads are very popular now? But, I mean, they chop through bone, for goodness sake. And so I'm just going to shred up my chicken to put in my pasta so that every bite gets some chicken. Cool, right? And of course, you can do this to make those fancy chopped salads that cost an arm and a leg if you go to lunch in Manhattan. Or you can just get yourself these scissors and be good. Nice big chunks of chicken, all shredded up. Right, so there's my chicken. Let me pull my pasta. Okay. I don't need this. Let's take this off. Whoop. And these things, these rock crocks really retain their heat too. Okay, I'm gonna put in my bruschetta. There we go. I'm gonna take my chicken, mix it in. Oh, and Shanna Marie, are you about to forget the best part of chicken bruschetta pasta? And that is the, don't want to waste any chicken. And that is the Parmesan cheese. Let me get you that. So you see that in action. Whoops, chicken overboard. So now everybody gets a quick bite of chicken. What we do to finish it off is grate some fresh Parmesan cheese. Now I'm using the coarse grater. There's also a fine grater, and when I do the Parmesan with the fine grater, oh my goodness, it looks like snow. And once you get the hang of it, it takes 2 seconds, and you can grate up so much cheese. It is so worth it. You wind up saving so much money, and if you ever look at what's in your pre-shredded, pre-grated cheeses, they have cellulose in there, amongst other things. You don't need that. They put that in there to try to make it stay longer. Buy yourself a block of cheese. Look at how much cheese is in that pan now. Can you see it? Let me pick it up. Let me pick it up. Look at all that cheese. There you go. Awesome, right? And that's it, folks. That is chicken bruschetta pasta. So I'm going to enjoy a nice bowl of this. Have a great one.